mean, they could pivot completely and go for something a little bit more side lane focused, and that's also still strong like a Yorick, but it's blind, right? So the Scion is the safest pick here. They protected it with the Gwen ban. Is neither the Jhin or the Misfortune do great consistent damage anyways. The Misfortune does more and also does a lot of burst, but the Jhin is great if you have setup, which they do.
Also better in the lane. Perfect. I feel like Jhin bot is just very, very scary.
I actually really like the Zahin angle here, even though it's a little bit like it's a little bit all in, right? And your early game is going to be a little bit weaker. We know the jungle attention is going to be bottom side.
Is able to put on a fair bit of pressure here towards Showmaker. Has gone for the death by a touch once again.
I'm like, why are they doing this? Why did they take my phase rush away? I'm not enjoying this, as we have an all-in down here.
Yeah, Smash also isn't enjoying this, as he just stands in the beat drop, flashes out of the way of effort, as now Korea comes on over, Cuz walking over a ward.
Just yet, but the summoner being down means that a follow-up could be very problematic here for Smash.
Oh, BDD just ghosting after Showmaker here. Does get the flash. He's like, you know what? I can get a flash here. And he does. Korea comes on over though. There's the Meep Slap. As Wind becomes lightning will mean that BDD has to flash as well. So both of his summoners, damage issue in the mid-game, the late mid-game with Showmaker being Orianna, who just misses his shockwave. The curtains are being called though, as now BDD is just dead. So despite the shockwave, still going to be able to grab this one, as the arrow is going to connect from downtown. There's the Cataclysm, and Lucid throws down the Crescent Guard, and he will just survive somehow. Effort also has to flash.
But actually not going to commit, is they're going to find Cuz.
Yeah, Korea coming over. The arrow is going to connect onto the Xin Zhao, but this time Cuz is just going to get the heck out of there.
Aiming has done such a great job, Atlas, at impacting these skirmishes with his arrow.
Oh, getting into the brush there. I think they know that there is vision, as the shockwave once again is avoided. Three Talon Strike, though, going to connect there onto Cuz, who's taking a lot of damage, and despite the missed shockwave again, they're able to get themselves a kill. The Tempered Fate comes down. Lucid, what is with this guy walking away with no health? Don't do very much at all, as Magical Journey is going to come on through here. Great Encore is going to land, as Aiming trying to throw this damage down. Hits another point-blank arrow this time, as Lucid, Crescent Guard, that'll do it. Korea may not survive though, as he doesn't have damage mitigation. Has to flash to get out of the way of Cuz. Tempered Fate to stop any follow-up, and he will keep himself alive. Entirely sure Kyle. Maybe they're Kyle's team.
Kyle's team.
Good old Kyle.
I wasn't aware there was a Kyle and the KT in the ownership program.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. You thought it was Korea Telecom. No. Kyle's team. That's what it means.
Well, Kyle's not enjoying what he is seeing right now. Smash.
Well, yeah, Aiming is just going to kill him by the looks of things. Magical Journey is going to deliver Cuz over towards Korea, as finally KT are on the board. Maybe it's Killing Team after all. Maybe Kyle was just a guy. I'm not sure. Korea is going to die as well, though, so that means Killing Team going to rack up 2 for Aiming. And that feels very good. Here of this sticky situation, DK have been able to continue building advantages with that early game. As oh man, nice cap jack there from Korea, as the Encore is going to be avoided. Smash realizes he can walk out of Effort's abilities, and that is going to keep him alive. And then head back towards the Herald perhaps, but the Cataclysm comes down from Cuz here. Deadly Flourish comes in. Tempered Fate avoids the arrow very nicely, as Korea is going to flash away. Showmaker there with the Command Protect, and now Cuz may find himself overextended. He has to flash to get himself out, but he will at least escape.
Strong here, as in trade, they're going to try to catch BDD.
Yeah, Shockwave going to hit this time around onto BDD, and he is very likely to be dead, but instead just ghosts away. In the area. Lucid just, I guess DK really want a team fight, and this is where they have the control. Flag and Drag going to get denied here, as Cuz going to have to walk it off. Deadly Flourish is going to lock him down. Shockwave pulls him back, and that is a kill onto the jungler. DK, do the Herald, for goodness sake. Yeah, and I mean, he has to do all of the damage, because Smash has decided to go Serpent's Fang there. That's why you buy the Dash Cannon, ladies and gentlemen.
KT champions.
I want to see him build the Dusk and Dawn thing as well, like Kanavi did. That was a whole lot of fun. As Korea is going to have to flash, magically journeys through the Cataclysm. As BDD and Cuz, they're going to join them. There's the Tempered Fate, but it's not down in time to save the Bard.
Orianna, even if the Orianna is ahead because he's Rise,
Well, Aiming's just going to walk down and try and kill this Scion. Xiu does have a few items complete, but he is still very, very dead.
LDR going to work here.
Yeah, he'd actually completed it. Wow.
He's a real threat. D+ are kind of just falling apart at the seams here, and KT are just making simple map calls, and D+ are failing to respond.
Yeah,
Showmaker comes down and just is way too late. There's Seraphine here. Aiming did take Ghost in this game. He's got extra mobility. His Lucid is going to get collapsed on.
Yeah, just gets cataclysmed. Let's see when this ulti is going to come down as the Tempered Fate comes on through. Lucid now realizing that he's just going to have to try and fight. And unfortunately, that is not going to work out for him. Now a potential flank angle from Perfect as well.
They just keep finding these angles in the jungle, and Showmaker wasn't there again. He's pushing the mid wave. They're going to try to challenge this Baron.
Yep, and Korea, he's going to try and escape, but it's not going to quite work. Finally, a Shockwave. Shockwave is going to come on through, as Xiu just has to drive his way out of there. I mean, Showmaker, if left to his own devices, does do so much damage. But now, I mean, they've got a Seraphine. Like, effort can keep them relatively healthy as the curtains are going to get called. Let's see whether DK can stop them here, as there is only one smite in the pit. Grim Deliverance does come on down. Perfect is very low, but he's going to survive. And I don't know whether the same can be said for this Scion, who is just going to get cut down where he stands. Man, what a colossal collapse from D+ Kia.
What a, I mean, frankly, like, what a bizarre game.
Some of the other builds that we have been seeing for the Jhin. And Xiu just doing his very best to catch this wave underneath the turret. But with now a Baron buff, should be that Perfect and BDD are very capable of cutting through the turret and through the Scion.
Actualizer's done.
Yeah, and Xiu is going to have to flash.
Like you said in the draft, they don't get ahead, they don't have damage. They were ahead, but they're not anymore, as the Realm Warp's going to come through here to send the minions over to siege this second inhibitor turret.
That'll do it, as the arrow is going to sail past and connect onto the Jhin. Now Lucid going to be put into the Cataclysm. Cuz makes his way out of it. Decent 3-man encore there as well as the beat drops and 2 gets snared. Flash in from Perfect. He collects Smash. And then the flash forward for BDD to finish him off. Shockwave is decent. There's the knockup from the Unstoppable Onslaught there as well. But she is also going to be cut down and they cannot get to Aiming. He just shoots them and there is zero response. KT will be able to take down these Nexus turrets, and D+ Kia, man, the drawing board needs a visit, and it needs it very quickly, because after a great early game, nothing really happened, and KT, they will just win the game.